I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight. We'll do our roll call. Councilor London.
Present.
Councilor Spivey.
Present.
Councilor Bearden.
Here.
Councilor Wilson.
Present.
And present. Thank you. Okay. Has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes that were sent out earlier? Do I have a motion to consider the minutes read and to approve them as submitted?
Make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes since all members of the council received the copy and they be approved and submitted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And Councilor Spivey, would you take on approval of payment of bills, please?
Yes, sir. I make a motion for the approval of current bills in the total of $387,740.26.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Do we have any professional consultants reports tonight? We're all right. Mayor, anything to announce tonight? Or thank you.
I have as a guest, well, let's make sure that it's on. All right. I have as a guest tonight Miss Margaret Keaton, if you will come for a proclamation. This is a resolution for Gynecologic Cancer Awareness Month, whereas gynecologic cancer are among the leading cancer killers of women in the United States, and more than 98,000 women will be diagnosed and more than 30,000 women will die from these diseases this year, and the absence they leave in our hearts will be deeply felt forever. And whereas the Laura Crandall Brown Foundation and their A State of Teal initiative brings awareness to all GYN cancers to the people throughout the state of Alabama, and whereas the good health and well-being of women in our state and the city of Irondale are enhanced by increased awareness of GYN cancers and their symptoms and treatments. And whereas it is crucial that all women in our state and the city of Irondale take an active role in learning the symptoms and risk factors associated with GYN cancers, developing healthy habits, and undergoing regular medical examinations, so that any occurrence of these diseases may be detected in their early and treatable stages. And whereas we reflect upon the memory of those lost to these diseases, the bravery of those currently battling these diagnoses, and the need for increased awareness, screening, and research so that the women of our state and the city of Irondale might be spared from them in the future, and encourage all citizens to work together to raise awareness of GYN cancers. And now, therefore, I, Charles Moore, Mayor of the City of Irondale, do hereby proclaim September 2017 as Gynecologic Cancer Awareness Month throughout the city, and encourage all residents of Irondale to work together to raise awareness of GYN cancers and to commend this observance to all our citizens. Ms. Keaton, thank you for being here, and thank you for your work in this area. We'll have these little awareness ribbons here for you to pick up after the meeting, and if you will, let's stand here and we'll get a little better picture there.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I have several other announcements that I'll make. Not to steal any of Tellus's thunder, but I'll just mention Trunk or Treat, since it's a citywide function that we're having on October the 31st on the street out here in front of City Hall. All of our departments and some other groups will be participating for the kids, both young and old kids, to come and participate. You'll be hearing more detail on that, but it'll be a great time, October 31st, 5 to 7 p.m., providing a safe and friendly, family-friendly environment for our families and for children to come. So I hope that you all will participate in that. We had a great Irondale on the Move meeting today with the representatives on the task force there. Got some updates. We did our survey over the summer. Some of you, many of you, I think most of you probably filled out a survey form. We were tremendously pleased with the results of the survey, with the participation in the survey. We had 475 responses to the survey, which is just a huge response for something like that, and we certainly appreciate that. We were all challenged to come up with some of the aspects. The Irondale on the Move comprehensive plan is very broad and very comprehensive, as its name implies. We were encouraged to come up with some things that were doable in a timely manner, that were cost-effective, and something that was very visible. And the survey revealed to us 5 things that kind of rose to the top, and I'll just mention those, and we'll talk more about these. These will be coming to the council in more detail, but just to give you the 5 categories. Branding, and these are in no particular order. They were all pretty much equal throughout the survey responses. Branding, communication, the gateways, making a visible difference as you come into the city and do business in the city. Green spaces / parks, and the pavement improvement or pavement management plan. Those were the 5 things that rose to the top on those surveys. And so we had a good meeting. We have some plans in place. We have some follow-up meetings scheduled. If you want to participate in those, please let us know. I have an announcement now. The council has had some information leading up to today, but we just received the finalization of this part that I want to announce, and this is concerning our railroad, Norfolk Southern. You all are aware that we've been in discussions with them, but I want to make an official announcement, so I'll read it so that it comes across as intended. I'm pleased to announce that it's been recently discovered that Norfolk Southern Railway Company is doing business in the city of Irondale rather than in the city of Birmingham. There was some question as to where the lines were drawn and that sort of thing. And we have discovered that the city of Irondale rather than the city of Birmingham as had been previously thought. Therefore, Norfolk Southern will soon begin to pay all taxes which have been previously paid to the city of Birmingham for its activities at Norris Yards, right over here across the track, to the city of Irondale. While these taxes will vary over time depending on the amount of activity at Norris Yard, we expect these taxes to be a significant source of income for the city of Irondale on an ongoing basis. That is really good news for us. In addition, Irondale has also approved an agreement with Norfolk Southern regarding taxes which should have been paid to Irondale relating to non-diesel activities at Norris Yard over the past 3 years. Today, we received a sizable check from Norfolk Southern for these taxes. I'm not at liberty to disclose the amount of the check due to privacy requirements, but I can tell you that it will make a significant difference to our city. After much work by our city attorney to bring this to fruition, I'm glad to be able to make this positive announcement for our city. This is truly good news for us. It is very significant in the big scheme of things of what we do. And I want to just give a great big thank you to Leslie, who once we discovered that this was an issue, stayed on this over the last several months and worked very hard. So Leslie, thank you very much. I've done it without good, diligent legal help, and she stayed, like I said, from day one, from the time we first discovered that this may be true, she stayed on that and was relentless, and today, much sooner than we ever would have otherwise, we were recognizing the benefit of that. So thank you, Leslie. I wanted you all to know the good news for the city.
Thank you.
I have one question, Mr. President. Mayor, could we get a list of your committee that's on the committee, or that committee? I don't know what committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, get a what?
Can we get a list of who's on that?
Oh, sure.
On your committee? And also, when you talk about communication, does that include that sign?
It does.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of, you're talking about,
Yeah, for digital sign.
yeah, that's part of the gateways.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very good discussion, and it hit a lot of the points I think that we've all been talking about. So it's definitely a move forward. Things are starting to happen, and hopefully some of this good news will help some of that happen. Again, thank you, Leslie. Appreciate it very much, and Mayor, thank you. I do not see any department heads in the room, so I'm assuming no department head reports tonight. Okay, anything on the council? We start here with Councilor Wilson.
I'll make mine brief. Just wanted to kind of share the information. I went to a CMO class, regional training class, where some of the, all of the elected officials had an opportunity to go on Thursday, September 14th. And the topic of conversation in reference to that meeting, among others, but the topic of conversation was dealing with meeting disruptions, keeping your counsel out of court and off of YouTube. It was very, very interesting. And, you know, there's always some things that you could, you know, go back and kind of brush up on, no matter how long you've been on the council. But I found this class to be very informative. It was very beneficial just to get in there and just, you know, go back over some of the things. Some things I already knew, but there were other things that I was like, didn't know about that. But and one of them was, the class was taught by the executive director of the Alabama League of Municipalities, Ken Smith. And one of the things I didn't realize is that public comments is not mandatory at a council meeting. That is something that we just put out there for the citizens, but it's not mandatory, and that's based on the Attorney General opinion. So I didn't know that. So that was one of the things that I did find out. But it was very beneficial, very informative, and I had a good time. Thanks.
Thank you. I don't have a report tonight, but I would ask for your prayers for my wife. She had hip replacement surgery about 8 weeks ago, and she's having complications from that, and we're gonna have to go back to the doctor with her Friday. And I'm hoping they're not gonna have to put her back in the hospital and do surgery again, but if you would, keep her in your prayers again, Bearden. Thank you.
Councilor Friday.
Yes, sir, thank you. I just want to put out a couple of dates that we spoke on last night. The mayor's office, along with the city clerk, are in the processes of putting a bow on next year's fiscal budget. So we are going to have our first opportunity to discuss that new budget next Monday, the 25th. I know James will be sending out a notice about that. James, did we say 5:30 on that? I know our Monday meetings are usually 5:30. Okay, and that will go on until it doesn't. And then we're also going to send out another notice about on October the 2nd, which is the following Monday, just assuming that we'll need some more time to talk about that budget. We're going to have a finance meeting on the 2nd of October as well, and then we'll also have our normal work session prior to that first council meeting. So we'll have a finance and a work session on the 2nd.
What time will that start? 5:30.
So you want to do 5:30 on the finance? Is that what we kind of, I can't remember the time.
If you give us time to get both in, we probably need to do
finance and
Okay,
6:30 on.
Perfect.
finance for,
cool, thank you.
that'll be your meeting, so.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So if you're, we're all very excited to learn about next year's fiscal budget, especially with some of the recent developments. So look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Councilor Lund.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. First of all, I just want, she left already, the council awareness. I just want to congratulate her of just keeping that in front. I took my basketball team out 2 weeks ago in support of that, did a fundraiser. And we went out to support one of my players' mom had a rare form of cancer. So it's very important that we keep that to the forefront. Cancer is a big time killer. And its support, that you can support that, really be appreciated on that part of it. But I sent the council a link to something, take a look at it, and then we'll get back on. I'll get back with you with that. It's something, just kind of thinking outside of the box and things. I wouldn't think about outside of the box when it comes to parks and things like that. So just think about that. And also, I just want to please report that I received my advanced certified award from the League of Municipalities. So I'm just excited about that. Excited about that. That's a lot of work to do that, and I'm just happy that I was able to finish that. But thank you.
Thank you very much. For the sake of brevity tonight, I have nothing to announce, but we'll be doing an update at one of the meetings during October. We'll look at the Swing Tennis property and give an update on that, see where we're going. You'll see most of the infrastructure is in place. Ran into a lot of problems with lack of soil that could be built on along with rock. So it's taken a lot longer to get that portion developed before you can actually start getting structure, but a lot of interest in the homes that are going to be built in the area. So we'll get a good update on that coming up in October. Do we have any reports of boards and non-council committees tonight? Ms. Shoemaker.
May I turn around?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Telly Shoemaker, Executive Director of the Irondale Chamber of Commerce. I have two announcements. One, you are invited if you would like to join us at St. Martin's in the Pines on the 28th, 5:30 to 7:30. We're having a ribbon cutting for their new, the cottages, which is their new sector that they will be opening, and we'll be having a networking event along with Mountain Brook Chamber of Commerce. Also, that National Night Out is October the 3rd, 6 to 8 o'clock over here at Irondale Depot. Free food, free games, free fun, free safety. I hope you'll be there. Thanks.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, we'd like to set forward and do an approval of the agenda for tonight.
I make a motion that the agenda be approved with the following corrections or additions. Items 1, 2, 3, and 4 be on consent.
And the date on item 4 would be October the 5th.
Correct.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed? Okay, do I have a motion that we leave regular council meeting and go into public hearing?
Make a motion we leave regular council meeting and go into public hearing.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We will now read what we're here in the public hearing about. Notice is hereby given that at its regular public meeting beginning at 6:30 p.m. on September 19th, 2017 in Irondale City Council Chambers located at 101 20th Street South, Irondale, Alabama, within Jefferson County, Alabama, the City Council of the City of Irondale will hear comments from interested citizens concerning proposed rezoning of the property located at 1032 Grants Mill Road, Irondale, Alabama, 35210, from R2 Single Family Residential District to C1 Commercial District. And I will now open the floor to anyone that may want to speak in favor of that rezoning. And you fill out one of the forms, if you would please, and just bring it forward with you. Thank you so much. You can do that afterwards. Please come forward, just identify yourself.
I'm David Rawson, I'm with Gulf Stream, and
Mayor, can we get the microphone turned on?
It may be on.
I couldn't hear it, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay. And we drew the site plan for the rezoning, and I guess I'm here to answer any questions.
And we also have our expert from planning and zoning. This has been before planning and zoning and was referred forward to the city council.
Subject matter expert, that's what we call him. Subject matter expert.
So anybody in support, other than the owner of the property who's here to support that and answer, and has his representative to answer questions. Thank you so much. Do we have anyone in the audience that has any opposition to the rezoning of the property? Okay. Do I have a motion that we leave the public hearing and return to regular council meeting?
Make a motion we leave public hearing and return to regular council meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Moving fast tonight. Okay, now do we have any general comments from the public on agenda items only? No comments? Okay. And let's move on to the review and approval of the ordinance 2017-94.
Make a motion that ordinance 2017-94 be considered read.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
I make a motion that all rules that would prevent the immediate consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2017-94 be suspended, and that unanimous consent be given for immediate consideration of said ordinance.
Second.
Okay. Counselor London?
Yes.
Counselor Spivey?
Yes.
Counselor Beard?
Yes.
Counselor Wilson?
Yes.
Counselor Hill? Yes.
I make a motion that ordinance number 2017-94 be passed and adopted as introduced.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now, consider it passed.
Is the owner here?
The owner is in the back.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
First of all,
All right. What's your name again?
Jason Rogoff.
Rogoff? Okay. All right.
Mr. Rohoff,
Yes,
Councilor
sir.
Ryder, he's the only one you talk to.
Sure.
Yeah, no, you don't have to comment, so you're good.
Unless you want to say something.
No,
Okay, we'll be like you were big speech.
do we have anyone in the audience that would like to make general comments to the council tonight? Please, ma'am, if you'll just bring the form forward to the city clerk, would you come, please? Thank you.
I'm just having questions. There's always someone on Colby Drive for the last 43 years. This place has changed tremendously. I'm not happy with it. I think it's worse than the last 20 years. I haven't seen that many improvements for the citizens, in their streets, sanitation, picking up specific things like old sinks and toilets. They said that's always been in the rules. I called yesterday and I asked one of the ladies to see what was wrong with one sitting on money bail. She goes, "Bill, we'll get it taken care of, we'll get it fixed." It's still there. It just blows my mind that we can't get little things like that done, we can get all these nice big things done, when all of our citizens need smaller things done. I understand about the garbage, pick up, move your garbage can, all that, that's fine. One day pickup is okay, but why find somebody if all their garbage is not in the big garbage sack? Seriously? I mean, you may find some things in your house that you've got to throw away and you just can't open that bag back up. On Beacon Drive, on Fulmer, about the last 2 years, you've been paving streets going up the streets. I don't know, windy and so forth. Beacon needs to be paved from one end to the other. There are so many divots and dings and holes. It's not even funny. And I have a newer car, and I don't want to have front alignments, and some of them are that bad. These people that come around and do repairs on these roads, they don't care. They just want to plop it down there, have it in, go to the next one. And it's not working. If y'all can see about getting some financial aid for Beacon Drive, it would be nice. And I just saw this a few minutes ago when I was coming over here. I was coming back from the barn. I have horses. I was driving through the little shopping center, and as I came around where At Home used to be, to come out the side driveway, there's graffiti on the wall. I don't think we want to have graffiti in our city. I don't know how long it's been there. I don't think more over a week, maybe less. And I called the police department. They said, well, they can't handle that. They don't know what department would handle it. So I don't know. Do y'all know what department would handle that? And do we still own that property up there?
Where exactly is that at?
Where At Home used to be, with the
Yes,
old
ma'am.
Walmart. Okay, well, on the side of the building, there's graffiti. They've started on it. They're not finished.
The one that's like by the dog park, so if you pull into the side, that
Right.
wall you're immediately looking at, by the loading bays?
Yeah, if you face at home,
Okay.
over home store, then you drive around the side,
Right,
and there it is on the side of the building.
right. And that would usually be up to the property.
That is
owner.
private property, always has been.
It
So-
has been.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What the mayor can do, since he's over streets and sanitation, he can follow up with that department on things that he can address. If you didn't understand earlier, we do have a plan being done for the entire city for paving, but it will be prioritized by the worst roads first, going to the roads that it's going to be done by an engineer, not by I'm not, as a councilman, I can't pick the roads in District 3. So that plan will be pretty much ready to go into, I guess, action by the first part of the year, and we'll be moving forward with that as funds become available.
Okay, well,
But now, yeah, we do have a 3-minute rule, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if you had more comments you could make directly to the mayor, you're more than welcome to, because he does control the personnel that do the things around the city.
right, but I never come to this council because most of the time when I come, I get really mad. But I'm keeping it cool.
No, we appreciate you coming and making your time.
So, well, thank you very much. I hope that some things can be done and that our garbage and things being picked up can happen efficiently.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. President,
Appreciate you coming out
Hey, can I
tonight.
ask, what's the address of it? What was the address?
Did you get the slip? Okay. What was your address?
Pardon?
What was your address that you didn't have the slip?
5108 Crowley Drive.
Okay.
Crowley, right, okay.
No, not Crowley, there is no A, it's C-R-O.
Crowley.
Crowley,
Yeah.
sorry. 43 years, that's the way it's been.
Thank you, Ms. Orton. Appreciate it.
And also, part of our beacon, that's all that's not Irondale, that's Birmingham.
I understand that.
Yeah, so
Right.
we couldn't pave it from the beginning to the end anyway.
Okay, well then at least try to pave it till Bonnie Bell, I know that's ours.
But he commented on that.
Thank you so much. Do we have any more comments from the audience tonight? Yes, ma'am.
Deborah Tolbert, 1604 Cobbleman Drive. I know that you're tired of hearing about the garbage, but personally, I agree with most of your new garbage regulations. I think you're wonderful, and I know you're surprised to hear that. However, I observed this morning, and I would like to know a clarification on this. I stood on my front porch this morning and watched them, the garbage people, take my neighbor's can, take the top off, throw it into the yard, and proceed to put her garbage in the truck. They go on up the street, house on the right, they take the garbage bags out, put them on the truck, replace the lids, and take them to the rear of that individual's house. House on the left, they do the same thing. Why do some people get that kind of personal service and like my lids, my neighbor's lids, thrown open and out? We all pay the same amount of money.
You want to go into that? I mean,
You want to make a quick one? There is a way, if somebody has a handicap or something that would prevent them from being able, they are able to get a doctor to write them a note
Yes,
that is
my
brought to
neighbor,
the city.
yes,
So
my neighbor to the left must have.
it's kind of like getting a parking permit if you're handicapped.
No, no.
But, and the city, all they have to go by is what the doctor signs and is brought forward.
My neighbor to the left does have a handicap, and you do a fine job of coming to her back door and helping her with that, because she must walk 2 canes. So you all do a fine job with that, and I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And we'll have your address and everything, so I'm sure when somebody's out, that goes up as well. And we can have somebody look at that when they're making their rounds.
Yes,
Thank
now,
you so
these
much.
people do not have handicapped, restrictions or anything like that. This is something that has been done for many, many years, 18, 20 years.
Thank you. Anyone else tonight? Any comments from any of the council tonight?
Make a motion.
Do we have a motion to
Just
adjourn?
got one.
Oh,
Just got one.
second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.